So now that the Rabbeinu Avram already went through with us the different aspects in life where we need to use the tool of Bitachon and how to use them in each topic, in each aspect, and every part of life, the Rabbeinu Avram and Rambam is now going to tell us the levels, the madregas within Bitachon, and he's going to divide this into 4 levels of Bitachon and also 2 levels of the person who does not have Bitachon. Says Rabbeinu Avram, the word Bitachon includes many different levels. Afalpi says the Rabbeinu Avram, of course, the idea really a person would assume, and rightly so, that a word like Bitachon really should consider only one thing, right? A person either has Bitachon or doesn't have Bitachon. And everything else within that conversation is someone who has a little more, a little less. It really should be one thing. However, clearly here in Bitachon, there is, within the word Bitachon itself, there are different madregas, there are different levels. But just as the person who does not have Bitachon, there are also different levels, even though one might say, wait a second, he just doesn't have Bitachon, that's it. But no, the Rabbeinu Avram says, within the word having Bitachon, not having Bitachon, there's also different levels. Now, how could you explain that? Says the Rabbeinu Avram, the reason why Bitachon, even though it is something that I either have or I don't have, it's not like I either have a piece of bread or don't have a piece of bread. Because it is something that's dependent on the leiv, it's dependent not entirely on the mind, meaning to say I have the knowledge and I made the math and I put in the science and therefore I have Bitachon and that's it, but rather it is something that's dependent on the leiv, on the heart, which means it's going to depend on how much the heart relies on Bitachon. It depends on how much the heart of a person relies on HaKadosh Baruch Hu in achieving the person's goals, whether it's to remove himself from damage, or or to achieve something that he wants to achieve. And therefore, says Rabbeinu Avram, when a person is completely does not put his bitachon in HaKadosh Baruch Hu in order to achieve what he was trying to achieve, or he does have trust, but he trusts something else entirely, obviously that person cannot be called someone who has bitachon in Hashem in order to achieve what he's trying to achieve. And that's why when it comes to ishtadlus and parnasa and other things, if a person gives up on achieving what he wants to achieve, or maybe he didn't give up completely, but he's trying to achieve it with having bitachon in someone else, not in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, someone who relies entirely on a human being, obviously a person like that does not have bitachon HaKadosh Baruch Hu when it comes to his parnasa. So therefore, says Rabbeinu Avram, even within this detail of bitachon, does one have bitachon and parnasa in this aspect of his life, and the idea of parnasa, of sustenance, you can already see how there's room, there's wiggle room to say, does he have bitachon HaKadosh Baruch Hu entirely? Does he include someone else there? Does he also rely on a human being? Does he rely on a human being a little bit, and so forth? Have a wonderful day.